Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Wayne Morris from WHHI TV.
And I'm Carrie Manning from the Village Spa.
And today we're coming to you again from beautiful Spring Island. It's an all Spring Island show. And we are actually standing on a dike that separates the Colleton River from some of these saltwater ponds that they have here, which are great amenity for fishing and doing all types of great things. And our first guest is Tony Mills, and you may know him from his show Coastal Kingdom on ETV. He's going to be telling us about wildlife here on the island, and also he's got a few special guests for us that you don't want to miss.
So our second guest is Carl Olant. He is the ecologist here on the island, here to talk about the Native Plant Project and how he keeps everything natural and keeping the whole cycle going out here at Spring Island, which is always interesting.
Our last guest is John Strother. He is going to be telling us about two fantastic properties here on the island for sale. One is a home and one is a home site. So it's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. Be sure you come back for 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Port Royal comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We're here this morning with Mr. Tony Mills. He is the Education Director for Spring Island Trust and Low Country Institute. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So obviously we're outside on beautiful Spring Island again, but tell everybody, what is your position here on Spring Island?
I'm actually the Education Director for the Spring Island Trust and the Low Country Institute, which really means I produce and conduct, well actually along with the rest of the staff, I produce and conduct nature programs for the members here in the surrounding community.
Well, I'm sure you have more than a full-time job, because anybody that's been here, there's a lot of nature to talk about.
It's a great place to have this job.
We've already had a little bit of education before we
I was going to say,
rolling.
this has got to be the biggest classroom anywhere.
Oh, it's awesome.
I mean, everywhere we've been in Spring Island, there's been an aspect of nature that just blows you away, and this today is no different.
Yeah, I agree. It's a beautiful day and beautiful place.
It is.
What type of programs do y'all do at the Low Country Institute?
Well, we do, first of all, we've got a really nature-oriented group. So the people that live here are very, a lot of them are birders and just nature enthusiasts of all kinds. So we just gear our programs towards what they want to do. We've got a couple of really great tools. We have wagons that we hook to trucks, and we take people out in the nature preserves and give them a chance to study everything, birds, small mammals, really anything from trillium plants to eagles and everything in between.
It's pretty broad spectrum.
I love that. I love that wagon, and we do have a bunch of eagles here. I saw one just went right in front of my car coming to work today.
Yeah, it's really good to use those trailers because it gets people in the habitat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have one of our favorite programs is called Spring Island After Dark, and we will go out in the nature preserves with a big group. At night, we'll call in owls and things like that, look for alligator eye shines at night. You know, it's a lot of fun. And
that has potential to be really creepy.
And the members, I'm sure, just love that. I mean,
they do, yeah. And
I'm
we
sure
love
the crowds and turnouts for those are huge.
Yep.
You've got a great nature center here on the island too, I understand, and that you might have brought some creatures, got something in a bag.
We've got a nature center that's open all the time.
Yeah.
So open 24 hours a day for the members, and we've got the usual representatives that live in the Low Country, and especially stuff that lives on Spring Island. And yes, we have a lot of really cool things. Cool. And I brought a couple things to look at.
Right.
I know how to use good props.
You never know what Tony's going to pull out of the bucket.
And here is the first one, and this is an absolutely beautiful animal.
Wow.
So this is called a diamondback
so
terrapin. Looks like this one's shedding a couple of little scoots, those scales on the back of the shell. But diamondback terrapins live right here. They live right in the marsh in front of us. And it's a species that we're really concerned about. I mean, we want to make sure that, you know, these don't disappear from the Low Country. And so we actually conduct a little bit of research here on Spring Island looking at this species. And that's one of the other things we do, is we involve members in some of the research projects we're doing on bluebirds, on wood ducks, and in many cases the members kind of take on those research projects and run them.
Yeah, and the colors on this guy are so bold. I mean, I've seen turtles a bunch, but this one just, it looks like a animation or something you'd see in a movie. It really does.
This is an animal that lives only in the salt marsh. It's not freshwater, only in saltwater. and it, it's the color really of the pluff mud when you think about it.
Okay.
It doesn't look as drab as pluff mud,
right.
but it blends in very well in the habitat it lives in.
It's the cutest turtle I've
It
ever
eats.
seen.
Is he a biter or no?
I wouldn't.
Don't tempt fate.
test
You
him.
might think your finger's a shrimp or a fiddler crab or something like that. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful animal, and one we want to take care of.
Absolutely, it's beautiful.
And how big did you say those guys will get?
This is a young female. This one was born in captivity. It'll get maybe almost as big as a football. As an adult female. Males don't get any bigger than this, so they stay smaller than the females.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so this one.
But you have another little
there's a bag
secret
moving
back here in your
Yep, I also
bag.
brought a bag.
This one maybe not as friendly.
So I always like to kind of feel the bag to make sure that what I think is in it really is. And so let's pull out these little guys.
You say guys, like there's more than one?
Yeah, there are two.
Oh,
And they
wow.
are baby American alligators.
Oh my
And
gosh.
if you want to hold one of these.
Can I hold it?
Yep.
Wow.
Aren't they sweet?
And
Yeah, I
so
feel like
these,
my-
these are obviously little guys, but as adults, if they're males, they may grow to be 10 feet long.
That is so
If they're
Wow.
females, maybe only 7 or 8 feet long.
It's hard to
Now,
believe they
how
start
old
this
are
small.
these?
Well, in fact, these are a year old. These were born in captivity.
They're a
and
year old?
Right.
They're even smaller.
And so these are ones that we hatched out in captivity, or they were hatched in captivity, and we use them as educational animals.
Now, will these ever go back into the wild? Or will you
These
guys
will
keep
not.
them
No,
for
they'll end
research?
up, even as they get bigger, going to other educational groups, zoos and such.
They're, the mothers are very maternal about these things,
Right.
aren't they? I mean,
They were yelping. I don't know
Yeah.
if you...
As
They
they're
were just kind of yelping away earlier, and generally that's our call for mom. It's pretty cool today, and I don't...
we'll see.
We're keeping an eye out.
As
though, just
we're
in
all
case.
looking over our shoulders.
But fascinating animals, part of the low country, and we want to take care of these too. I mean, they
are
can be a little inconvenient at times, but the reality is alligators are an important part of the ecosystem.
And they were here long before we were.
That's exactly right.
So obviously this is a fascinating place to work, but what's your favorite part about working at Spring Island?
We have 2 big nature preserves, and I like spending time just in natural areas. I also really like to spend time, not only do I like to experience nature myself, but I like to do it with other people as
Right.
well. And I get a lot of opportunities to do that.
Yeah.
Seeing things for the second, third, or fourth time with other people is often just as good as seeing it for the first time yourself.
Well, one segment's not long enough, but quickly tell everybody about the TV program that you do here in the local.
Yeah, we do a TV program called Coastal Kingdom. I work with the County Channel and Rob Lewis. And we film a lot on Spring Island because it's a beautiful place and a lot of things to see here.
Yeah.
And it's on local plants, local animals, occasional plants. And we just show people what lives here. And what we want to do is get people excited about what they have so that they're going to do the best possible job at taking
So
care
that we
of it.
take care of it and it
Exactly.
lasts
It's a
forever.
very well done show. You do a great job on it. So if
Well-
you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out.
Well, we love doing it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being with us today. That was a very cool little off thing that we normally don't do, so it's always fun to have those. So make sure that you come right back for more 843 TV.